Hi, everyone. My name is Tracey Arndt, and I'm the co-director of athletics at the Hun School in Princeton. Thank you to all of you who were able to participate in our virtual webinar last night in regards to our athletic program. If you did log on, you may have noticed some virtual insanity in my house, and I apologize for the technical difficulties. I wanted to show you the full presentation, so we decided to do it as a Zoom meeting so that you can watch it at your leisure. So if you could give me a second to share my screen, I will take the time to give you the best glimpse that I can of our wonderful athletic program here at Hun. As I had mentioned in the webinar, we hope that everybody at home is safe and healthy in the best way that they can be. We would love to have done our visit from this spot right here at the athletic complex. We miss being there every day, but we are so glad that we are all safe and healthy, and we know that we will get back soon and we will be better than ever. All right, let's get a glimpse into our athletic program. In our athletic program, we have two co-directors. That is myself, Tracey Arndt, and our co-director, Bill Quirk. This is my first year at Hun, and as I said in my little video promo, I am so glad that I said yes to Hun, and I know you will be forever grateful that you say yes to Hun if you choose to do so. Bill Quirk, the other co-director, has been part of the Hun family for the past 40 years and is quite the fixture here at Hun. He lives and breathes for Hun, his students, and the athletic program. Both he and his wife have coached here for several years as well. Bill and I both graduated from Penn State University, and we joke that we were just a few years apart. But the reality is that Bill and I work very closely together to make sure that every athlete at every level is supported in their pursuit of their own personal goals. As you may have seen, I'll read the mission statement again of the Hun School of Princeton. The Hun School of Princeton empowers each student to thrive in a diverse and ever-changing world by nurturing resilient character, providing individual mentorship, and inspiring vigorous and joyful learning. I don't think that mission statement could ring any more true these days in terms of this ever-changing world. Our students have become very resilient as well as nurturing during this time, and every day the entire faculty, including the athletic department, lives by this mission statement. At the core of our athletic program is this idea of the AHA. With Hun in the center, that is our core, that is who we represent every time we step on the field or courts or wherever we are. But it really is this balance between our academics and athletics. And as you notice, academics do come first because at the Hun School, we make sure that everyone knows that they are a student before an athlete. But we also enjoy the arts as well. That's our other A. I took a look, put this picture in the presentation because if you look at it, there are at least 3 student athletes that are part of our wonderful winter production. And it just goes to show the balance you can maintain at the Hun School. As we talk about athletics in particular, I just wanted to read this statement. At the Hun School, we expect to be competitive and successful. Although success is broadly defined, we emphasize participation, sportsmanship, enthusiasm, and skill development. Our education through athletics provides student athletes with the skills necessary to succeed in all areas of their lives. And although we couldn't do it in person, we would like to take you on a virtual tour for our quote unquote rooms where it happens. If I could go back to this slide real quick, actually, I do want to show you that this is our main athletic complex. We have a fresh grandstand just recently put in, and it is a beautiful site to take on a game. We have a turf field that is a multi-use field, so that can be used for anything from football games to field hockey games to soccer games, JV level, varsity level, and middle schools as well. The middle school does get a chance to practice on here often. We do have a full-size track, which we are able to use. This year we got lucky to have a winter track season, and most of it was able to be done outside, and we do have a full outdoor track and field program. The rest of the campus, the athletic part of the campus, is filled with different fields for softball, baseball, lacrosse, field hockey, and soccer. As we look at the rest of the Hun School Athletic Complex, the one thing we love and is quite busy all the time is our weight room and our cardio room. The pictures of our cardio room, which is fully stocked and can be used by any students at Hun, as well as the community at large and our student athletes. The weight room is also a world-class weight room, and we do have the top strength and conditioning coaches that you could find, in my opinion, to help our students grow and thrive. Coach A and Coach Ash are experts in their field, and they are constantly learning in order to provide the updated ways of growing our student athletes, whether it is a student learning how to be better with their flexibility or their functional performance, or a prospective student athlete. Our coaches are able to provide a program that is catered to them and allows them to grow and be strong from where they are. They are able to create in-season and off-season programs that allow our teams to be successful and train for championships well beyond the regular season. We also have a full-time athletic trainer. Her name is Laura Goldsmith. She is wonderful and very capable of doing anything necessary, from helping heal a slight wound to help with a full recovery from a major surgery. She is quite the expert in her field, and she is very approachable, which allows the kids to feel really welcomed as she is able to help them through the process. She also is able to create any sort of physical therapy, rehab that is necessary, that can be provided to the student athlete if necessary. And the number 4 is our alumni room. This is just a nice little room that the Hun School Athletic Complex has, where community members, alumni, and others can come, enjoy the great view of the facility and the fields, take in a game if necessary, or just hang out before they get ready to pick up children. I just wanted to show you a picture of Coach A and Coach Ash. They are really the coaches that drive the behind the scenes of our program. This is one of our 2 gyms. This is a Grant Shipley Pavilion. So many things happen in this gym. It's really an exciting place to have at our school. Anything from our community meetings can happen here, our community assemblies. We have our Centennial Speaker Series that's sometimes here. We have our Spirit Days, and we also have anything from our middle school games up to some of our varsity competitions held at this pavilion. It creates quite an energetic scene, and I love the energy that happens in this room, in this gym, excuse me. We also have video set up both in this gym as well as outside that will film all of our games, and then we can allow our coaches and our student athletes to use it to grow in all areas. So we love that we can film the games either for the middle school all the way up to the varsity level. Our fencing team also practices in this area. Our second gym is the Breen Family Gymnasium. The basketball court is the same size. The gym is slightly smaller, but does still allow for many competitions, practices, and performances. We had our winter play here, and it turned out to be great while the rest of the school is being renovated, or the theater is being renovated. So this is a great gym that people use for practice, for competitions, and the community can use it as well during a time that it is open. I wanted to show you our ice hockey team. Our ice hockey team trains at Iceland, and it's just a short trip from the Hun School, and they are able to just take a bus over with Coach McNally driving. They're able to store their equipment at the Hun School Athletic Complex and then grab and go on their way to practice. They do a great job. The student athletes really enjoy that experience, and Coach McNally has done an amazing job. In the past 8 years, they've won 7 MCT championships. So very cool. Shout out to the ice hockey team. Our rowing team is off-site as well. Many of the rowing teams end up going down to Mercer Lake. I should say the local rowing teams go down to Mercer Lake. So we work out of the Mercer Boathouse, and we have wonderful equipment and wonderful coaches that help the student athletes grow and be successful in this sport. What I love about this sport is many people have not started until their freshman year or even beyond, and our coaches do a great job developing them, and many of them go on to find great success in a program they may not have thought to even try at the beginning of their time here at Hun. We have a very robust swimming program as well. Our head coach, Joe News, does a great job with our swimmers. It is a no-cut sport, which allows a lot of participation, and you can be as competitive or developmental as you would like. We do have an off-site practice area, and that is at the Mercer County Community College. So again, just a short drive, and the coaches drive the students from school. If they need their extra time, they can still get that extra time, and they're still able to head over to the pool and get a quality practice in. We are very lucky at the Hun School to be in walking distance with a wonderful golf course, the Yasna Polana Golf Course, and our golf teams are able to both practice and do many of their home matches at Yasna Polana. So we are very grateful for the relationship we have with this golf course. When we look at the requirements for the upper school, you can find this in the student handbook as well. Each student at the Hun School is required to have one athletic season or one approved equivalent of physical activity, so that it could include dance or a variety of other activities. There is something called Thrive 5, if you've heard of that, and the idea is that each student is required to earn 5 points throughout the year of extracurricular activity. A sport equals 2 points. So if someone were to do 2 sports, there would be 4 points, and then they can choose something else outside of the world of athletics that will allow them to get their 5 points. If they're a 3-sport athlete, certainly their points would be done through that Thrive 5, but all the points do not have to be earned through athletics. Strength and conditioning does equal 1 or 2 points based on the amount of time the participant chooses to be part of the strength and conditioning group. So depending on their daily attendance would decide if they're going to get 1 or 2 points. I do want to quick mention that we also have chances for students to be managers. Perhaps they have an injury but still want to be part of a sports team. Perhaps they find better strength in the area of managing or filming a game than they do in participation. So they can still be part of the team and also still get Thrive 5 points without participating in the sport. We've had some really great managers who are fully committed to the program and to the team. And many have gone on to find success at the college level in either managing or filming. So there is that opportunity as well. Here's just a list of the sports and activities that are offered throughout the year. All right, let's take a look at the middle school requirements. They're slightly different than the upper school. I will say one of the really unique qualities of the Hun School is that our middle school and our upper school are right on the same campus. They use the same facilities, they share the same facilities. And as I said in the webinar, the middle school students really look up to our upper school students, and our upper school students really understand that responsibility to be a great role model. And I think they carry themselves really well throughout the athletic building. They get to share in some of the same successes. We've got middle school students that cheer on and support the upper school student athletes, and vice versa. You'll many times see varsity teams or JV teams going to watch and support a middle school game, and I really enjoy watching that experience. In middle school, there is a 3-season athletic requirement. So every season they're expected to be part of a team in some capacity. What I love is we have an opportunity for competitive and developmental teams. So for example, our middle school basketball program, both the girls and the boys have an A team and a B team. That way, those that are more competitive can can be a part of the A team, and those that are still want to be competitive but also a little bit more developmental can be part of the B team. We do have cut and no cut sports. We would love, honestly, if we never had to cut anybody, but the reality is sometimes we have to, and most of the time that's based on facilities, the space we have, as well as coaching staff. We do have some no-cut sports. For example, our cross-country team for middle school is a no-cut sport. So there is space for everybody. If a competitive or if a team or participating in a certain athletic team is not going to work out for whatever reason, then we also do have a physical education option in both the fall, the winter, and the spring. However, we do encourage all of our middle school students to do their best to be part of a team because of all the value and worth that can come from being part of a team. Here is a look at the middle school sports that we have. As you notice, in the winter, we also have a dance option, which is a great option for people who want to have that physical activity and not the competition. So as I've said several times, there really is a place for everyone. I think that makes Hun School very unique when you're looking at where to choose. It could be a middle school boy or girl who's never played a certain sport before and they try it for the first time. There is room for you to be successful from wherever you start here. We also have highly competitive varsity teams. So if that's more of what you like, there's a place for you and your family in our program. This is a picture of our soccer team who has had great success here, our women's soccer team. And I just love this picture of a great celebration. Some of those are going on to play soccer in college, and some just enjoy the competition and being part of the team and working to be the best for the team and not on the team. And with that is great success. And then there's even a big place for those who would like to go on and play at the competitive level in college, whether it's Division I, Division II, or Division III. As a former collegiate student athlete myself, I know how hard that is to be able to get onto a collegiate team. So we do love honoring these student athletes who are able to do this. But the value of our program is not just in these student athletes, but we did want to give them a little shout out. This year we had over 30 student athletes that will move on to the Division I, II, or III level. It's very exciting. So the question, why Hun? You may have many choices, and you know, we want to answer the question as to why Hun. For me, one of the reasons why Hun is that this really special place, this really quiet place, right behind Russell, can be a great area for social gathering in a quiet way, but it also can turn into one of the deepest traditions that the Hun School has in this homecoming, or what we call Parents Weekend bonfire. This is a chance where we celebrate the whole school. It is the culmination of a long spirit week, a long and exciting spirit week, and it's a chance to celebrate all the student athletes and all the great things happening at Hun. Hun's also a place where not just the boys can be competitive or even try football, but the girls can too. This is part of our spirit week, and they were having a great game of flag football. It's also a place where we love to celebrate our student athletes, not just in the moment or in the present while they're here, but we also love that we get to honor them well beyond their years here at Hun. Every year in the spring, there is a great alumni weekend, and in particular for athletics, there's also a Hall of Fame ceremony, which really takes pride in celebrating the success of our student athletes beyond their years here at Hun. That's what that is a picture of. I think most importantly, why Hun is because this is a place where you will be cared for and supported in a way that I've never seen before. I've been really grateful to coach a lot of different places, but I can really say that the coaches here, the people here, they're just really kind, they're really committed, and they're really hardworking, and they will forever put the student before anything else. And I think that's really special, but they are committed to their sport. They are committed to this school, but most importantly, they are committed to the growth of your student, whether they are an athlete or not. I wanted to show you just a couple quotes that some of our senior class or senior student athletes have written to us about their why Hun, about what has been so valuable about their Hun experience. So I'll read these to you, but these are coming from some of our wonderful student athletes. I've developed the attitude and mindset that I could do much more than I thought I was capable of. I have also built friendships that I hope will last long after my last day at Hun. Hun Athletics made me a better leader, teammate, and player. It also gave me confidence to go out of my comfort zone, whether it is playing or leading, just trying new things to help me grow as a person. Hun Athletics has inspired me to never give up on my goals. And that one quote on the wall, play for the name on the front of your jersey, not the name on your back. Hun Athletics has taught me to be the best person I can be. It's taught me resilience, teamwork, determination, and so much more. These are qualities I will take with me on and off the field, and I am so thankful for that. As I said in my video promo, I'm not sure if you got to see it or not, but with this being my first year at Hun, I knew in my heart when I left my day of interviews that this was the place for me. I had never felt so valued in my life than I did during my interview process at Hun. And I know that sounds crazy, but I felt welcomed from the moment I stepped on campus. And I feel that feeling deep in my soul every day that I'm there. No matter what's going on in anybody's life, everybody's there to support you, whether you're celebrating your first basket as a middle school student athlete, or whether you're signing that letter of intent to go off to play collegiate sports. We celebrate every moment because we know everybody's special moments are just that. They're very special, and we love celebrating those. So I hope that you know how glad I am that I said yes to Hun, and I think it's time for you to say yes to Hun as well. Before I leave you, I just wanted to let you know that here are both Bill and I's email addresses. Feel free to email us if you want to continue the conversation. If we can answer any questions that we missed from the webinar or from this presentation, we are happy to do so that you can gain as much information you can to make the best decision you can. Take care. Thank you. I hope that this worked this time, and be safe and be well.